Welcome back to another video. Today, we're diving into one of the boldest and most talked about moments to come from a recent celebrity photo shoot, this time featuring the stunning and ever-glamorous Angie Harmon. Known for her powerful roles in hit series like Law and Order and Rizzoli and Isles, Angie has long commanded attention with her sharp wit, fierce confidence, and undeniable beauty. But recently, she's been making waves not just for her screen presence, but for a daring new set of photos that has fans and fashion critics alike buzzing. These photos, stylized, striking, and incredibly revealing, left little to the imagination and offered a whole new look at the side of Angie Harmon we don't often get to see. Bold, uninhibited, and entirely in control of her image. Posing. In a series of high-fashion yet risk outfits, Angie stunned with her statuesque figure, toned physique, and the kind of commanding gaze that stops you in your tracks. From barely their fabric to sleek, body-hugging silhouettes, the wardrobe choices were designed to push boundaries, and they did. The shoot, reportedly part of an edgy fashion magazine feature, showcased Angie like never before. Whether draped in sheer panels that tease the eye or confidently donning structured lingerie-inspired pieces, she radiated a powerful mix of elegance and daring that left fans reeling and critics applauding her fearless approach. It's not just about the skin she showed, it's about the confidence she exuded while doing it. At 50 plus, Angie Harmon is redefining what it means to be sexy and stylish in Hollywood. Her photos shattered outdated norms and celebrated a woman comfortable in her own skin, owning her sensuality with no apologies. Of course, as with any bold public appearance, the internet exploded with reactions. Social media lit up with fans praising her fearless fashion choices and celebrating her confidence. Comments flooded in, calling her a goddess, timeless, and the definition of strong femininity. Others were quick to note how refreshing it is to see a woman in the public eye embrace her body and her image on her own terms, especially in an industry that often tries to put limits on what women can or should do as they get older. Angie didn't just break the mold, she threw it out the window. The tone of the photos was also artfully done. This wasn't about shock value, it was about control, empowerment, and pushing the envelope in a tasteful yet provocative way. Each frame told a story, each pose exuded energy, and each look added to a growing narrative that Angie Harmon isn't just relevant, she's at the top of her game. She's not here to fade quietly into the background or let younger stars dominate the conversation. She's here to make her voice, her beauty, and her presence impossible to ignore. What made this shoot even more impactful is that it came at a time when many celebrities play it safe. Angie, by contrast, chose to stand out. She's always been a commanding figure on television, but this time she reminded everyone that the power she carries on-screen also exists off-screen, in the way she embraces herself and her choices. This was a masterclass in self-expression and body positivity. The conversation quickly shifted from the photos themselves to the larger message behind them. Angie became a trending topic not just because of how she looked, but because of what she represented. In a world where authenticity is often filtered through perfection, Angie chose to be bold, raw, and real, and fans respected that. Fashion. Outlets broke down the look by the minute details, from the accessories that complemented the daring cuts to the makeup and lighting that highlighted her natural features. Her smoky eyes, slicked back hair, and glowing skin all contributed to an image that was fierce, modern, and unforgettable. It was clear this wasn't just another photo shoot. It was a statement. Even those unfamiliar with her acting work couldn't help but be drawn in by the sheer presence she commanded in every frame. It takes a rare kind of energy to create that level of buzz without saying a word. That's the power of Angie Harmon. Even the photographers and stylists behind the shoot shared their excitement, saying she was an absolute professional who brought powerful creative input into the process. She knew what she wanted to express, and she wasn't afraid to go there. It's moments like this that remind people why Angie has had such a long, successful career in an industry that's anything but forgiving. She's more than just a pretty face, she's a force of nature. As more photos surfaced online and fan edits began trending across platforms like Instagram and TikTok, the message became clear. Angie Harmon is not playing it safe. She's stepping into a new era of bold self-expression, and she's doing it on her own terms. The praise wasn't just about beauty, it was about bravery. She dared to walk the fine line between elegance and seduction, between classic and cutting edge, and she did it flawlessly. The photos, though undeniably sensual, were never gratuitous. Instead, they were powerful, calculated, and unapologetically feminine. For longtime fans, it was a reminder of what made them fall in love with her in the first place: her strength, her presence, and her refusal to be boxed in. For new audiences, it was a jaw-dropping introduction to a star who continues to evolve and captivate. In an age where every celebrity move is scrutinized, Angie Harmon reminded everyone that the boldest statements don't always come from a press release or a headline. They come from confidence. They come from someone who knows their worth, owns their space, and isn't afraid to leave a lasting impression. And that's exactly what Angie did. So yes, these photos may have left little to the imagination, but they left everything to admiration. From her stunning figure to her fearless attitude, Angie Harmon delivered a moment that wasn't just about style or seduction. It was about power. It was about freedom. And most of all, it was about showing the world that confidence doesn't come with an expiration date.